ones, what all we have. Even we have the another means based on the changes that were occurring in the organizations. So it was needed to change uh, the structures of organizations. So based on that, many people they have tried to implement a new or introduce new structures. So these are named under contemporary designs. So we'll discuss that today. Coming to the uh, contemporary designs chapter, here we can discuss about so organizational structure helps employees to control and coordinate their actions by using resources to achieve organizational goals. That means already the structures what we were having, they were using the employees and they were trying to coordinate and control the actions by using the resources to achieve the final goals or the major goals of the organization. So it is a formal system of authority and task relationships that help the organization to function in a particular manner. So it was all set up rules. That means it is all standardized or formal system of authorities were there earlier, whatever the structures we are having. So uh, now what we are going to discuss is according to Henry Mensberg, the top management's primary responsibility is to determine the design, goals, and the strategy of an organization by adapting to the changing environment. That means whatever the changes are coming, according to that, the top primary responsibility of the management or the manager should be designing the strategies and goals of the organization by changing. We need to change according to time. And an organizational design is the process to achieve organizational goals where the top manager selects and manages aspects of structure and culture so that the activities taking place in the organization can be controlled. So in the previous unit, we have discussed that the main six elements which has to be kept in the mind by the managers like chain of command, span of control, centralization, decentralization, work specialization, departmentalization, and formalization. These were all kept in the mind by the managers while designing it. So we have seen how simple the structures and the decision making and the authority in the hands of few people within the business by eliminating confusion and there was clarity. There was clarity uh, in running the organization. In the past few years, like business have become global and more flexible. So the diverse and complex nature of the organization has been given rise to much other organizational designs, and these are contemporary designs. If we go in the further, then so the changes needed are the based on the changes needed. Based on that, the contemporary designs have been evolved, and we can see the key process involved in the organizational design includes differentiation and integration. Here, differentiation is dividing the work and organizational goals into tasks. Small tasks they will set as, and then they have to be divided according to the work. And Lawrence and Lorch concentrated on organizational effectiveness and found four dimensions of differentiation, namely time orientation, manager goal orientation, interpersonal orientation, and formality of structure. So all these four um, orientations they have observed. And then the second one, and that is integration. In the process of coordination with all these different departments, what have been where the work have been divided, the all after the work. everybody, and even while the work is going on also, everybody has to be like giving a report, or they need to get in touch with each other, and there should be some coordination. And then finally this is like they are, even though they are differentiated and given certain tasks, they are finally integrated in one line. This is what the Lawrence and Larch they have concentrated on in the contemporary designs, in the new form of designs. So job design specifies three characteristics of job range, and depth, and relationship. Range is something like a number of tasks performed by the holder, like who is working in that, how many, uh, like what extent, up to what extent the holder can work. So this is job range. And coming to the depth, how far the candidate is eligible, or how far he is intelligent in all his tasks given to him. And then relationship with the manager or the higher authorities, we can say. So job relationship is decision, manager's decision regarding span of control and departmentalization. So, according to the new growing economics and culture and environment, all these, based on all these things, business has become global, and giving rise to contemporary organizational designs. Here they stated. And then top level managers in today's organization have been developing new structural layers of hierarchy. Actually, in the contemporary designs, if we observe, there won't be particular like authority or the superior person will be there. We will discuss this in the coming topics. So, in contemporary organizational design, the employees have the freedom to implement their own decisions and take ownership of the work, whatever have been provided to them. And there won't be any interference from the management or the subordinates, whoever is looking after the work. They are completely given freedom, and this freedom may lead to increase in the productivity, work quality, and employee satisfaction. And the employees have to develop a strong bond of communication and rely on each other's talent and expertise to accomplish their goals. Like, if once the task is given, once the work is given, it's like, we can say, in the in the contemporary designs, we can see most of the organizations, they'll be working as if they are like freelancers, we can say. Example, we can take as freelancers. They'll be working by taking up the work from the organizations. They will be working in their own style, so they will be given lot of freedom. And their work also, they will have a little enthusiasm to show up their talents. And and when they are working, even though they are taking one particular task by one person, but all together they have to complete one complete organizational goal. So they will be in touch with each other, and they have to rely on each other, and they have to respect each other's talent and expertise to accomplish the goals. Employees are empowered and show more interest and involvement in their work. Contemporary designs reduce barriers among the functional areas, faster in decision making, and can respond faster to the environmental design. So managers are looking for more flexible, creative ways to structure and organize work. So nowadays, new coming managers, they are looking for more flexible, sorry, more flexible, creative ways to structure and organize the complete work. Nobody is working under someone. It is like nobody will be working under someone, and everybody will be, they will work together, as every part, every bit of work will be divided to someone, so that they will do their own task. And meanwhile they'll be communicating with each other how far they have to make any changes are needed. And there are many factors influencing the organizational design, like technology, size of the organization, and the goals of the organization. And there are many more in this like this. And they, even though they are having organizational designs have been developed according to the modern modernization, but though they have some advantages and disadvantages even. So advantages are like the employees have freedom to make changes, and they can be innovative in their work, and they can take ownership of their work without interference of any top level people or managers, and will result this these all will result in the improved productivity and quality of work. The employees often show strong bonds as there is no leadership observed. But there is one disadvantage in this, where there is no leader or no supervisor is observed. There may be a delay of the work, or maybe lack of interest they may see. No motivation sometimes they find. Only the whole and soul motivation has to be to show up their talent, and to recognize themselves in the organization. That is only the motto for these people to work. Like they will be working like a freelancer, so for their own improvement they'll be working, and there won't be any leadership like thing. So the absence of supervisor or a leader can sometimes lead to ineffective teams, and can be disorganized and inefficient also, since there is no hierarchy. So upward advancement and mobility are limited, as everyone are working at the same level. There won't be any boss, and there won't be any subordinate, no worker, no labor. Everybody is at same level. So there won't be any upward advancement won't be there. So in this organizational contemporary designs, we have certain structures. Namely, team structure is one of them. So team organization structures have changed the working of industries. Like with globalization, production of goods and services has become very extensive, and companies must work together with suppliers. Like they have to work throughout the globe. Everywhere they will have production of goods and services. They have to supply the service and supply the goods, and they have stockholders, and they have cost effective products, high quality production. All these this is all team based organizational structure, which work toward a common goal. Though they are working in different places, they will be working towards a common goal. Organizations can be structured in various ways. Like team-based structure in large organizations is considered less hierarchical. As I said, there won't be any superior or any supervisor will be there. So less structured and more fluid, or we can say it is more flexible, traditional structure than the traditional, the old structures what we were having, like functional, production, and divisional structures we were having. In the last unit, we discussed all this. So then that those traditional structures are different from the new structures, or we can say contemporary structures. So among them, the team structure is one. And the team consists of group of employees that generate a variety of expertise and address a specific component which is operational in an organization. Like they will have group of people who are experts in different fields, and they all will work under one particular project to achieve the goal. These teams can adapt and are open to change also. Every time, every minute, every moment, with every meeting, we can say, with every meeting, they will be ready to change. So this is the difference. The major difference in the traditional structures and or contemporary structures is that they used to stick on with certain rules and regulations, the traditional structures. But when it comes to the contemporary, they are ready to change anytime. So whatever is needed at that moment, they'll follow. Simply, they'll discuss it among the people, and then they start following it. So these terms can these teams can adopt and open to change. They are formed to fulfill group and organizational objectives. That's all. These employees groups are formed just to fulfill that one particular objective, whatever is provided to them by the organization. So there are various teams in organizations. Some teams function and endure over long period. Like they continue, and some of the teams they dissolve after the work is completed, or the problem or the project. Suppose any problem arises in any industry, any organization, some mechanical issues have arisen. So all of a sudden they'll be called for one meeting, and then they'll discuss the problem. They sort out it, and then who has to work for that problem to solve. So they'll do that, and after completing the task, then that team is no more, like it is dissolved. But some of the groups they'll be working throughout the year, or maybe for year, like years they'll be working. Team will be continuing. So even after formation of the team also, people are like, if who is expert, they'll continue, or if they want to replace someone, then they will replace. The persons are not the fixed one. The common goal for the team will be the fixed, and the the goal will be permanent, and people will be changing in that. So there are two types. One is dissolving a group, like which can work only for one particular project, and another one will be sustaining for a long period. Now, and the structure is flexible, which reinforces problem solving, decision making, and teamwork with less hierarchy. In the team structure, group of employees come together from different functional areas for solving problems and tackle problems and explore possibilities. They'll explore all the possibilities. However, how to tackle the problem, or how to function with the project. And in the team structure, the entire organization is made up of teams or work group to perform organizational task and work. Each team works towards a common goal, and employees' empowerment is very crucial. Though they work for one common goal, the employees' empowerment is very crucial, because everybody will be, as we discussed in the first and second chapters, that nowadays demands of the human resource or the demands of the employees have changed. Everybody needs that appreciation, or the incentives, and everybody needs their growth. The personal career growth is very important in these type of contemporary structures, we can say. So not only the common goal, not only the organizational goal, but even the employees empowerment is also very important in these structures. The teams may be headed by a team leader. A simple, like, to discuss with all such issues, all the departments or all functional areas, one leader will be set up, and the leader is no more like, he is not the head or any supervisor, but they will be discussing all together, and that has to be headed by someone. So there will be one leader. There can be observed no managerial authority. As I said, there won't be any managerial or supervisor authority will be there, but one has to lead the group, so there will be one leader. In this structure, there is no hierarchy, as I said, no chain of command. Here, the employees design the structure and decide the most efficient and effective work. They themselves, they sit together, or they talk together on the, like nowadays most of the work is online, so they discuss in a meeting, and then they start working. And if any change is needed, if anybody gets any new idea, they'll put it in a like they'll have groups, they form groups. Nowadays we see social media is very much helpful, information technology. We have generally any group of people who are working for one particular project, they'll make out one group, and in that group they'll share their ideas. So everybody has an equal opportunity to show their talents, and everybody will be recognized in such uh, contemporary structures. And innovation can be observed in large organizations. The team structure complements functional and divisional structure. Co-founders of Google, Larry Page and Sergey Brin, have created a corporate structure. Google, we all know Google, so they are following contemporary designs. And we have Amazon is also one of the institution which is working with such design. And they all are working for the improved productivity and quality. Work quality is main. Nowadays everybody is smart enough to choose in the market, like which service or which product we have to choose. They have global market is present in front of every human being. So ultimately the money or the penny what they are paying, they need to get back the every penny has to be paid. Nowadays customer is like that. So the organizations also have to work in that regard. to satisfy the customer. The ultimate goal for the organization is to satisfy the customer either with the product or by their service. That will be the present or contemporary designs are working in that manner. So team-based structures persist the integration of team cultures within the broader structure. Example, a functional structure with the teams interspersed. This integration allows for the authority and at the same time capturing the cross-functional and projected oriented advantages of teams. They'll be working in one particular team, and even sometimes they need the overall observation, like um we can have, suppose yesterday we discussed about one company, Samsung. They will be working like accounts department in the Samsung company overall. They will be having cross functional areas, like accounts department will be cross checking the TV department and refrigerator department, like that. So they will be connected internally, they are connected, and cross functional, we can say projected oriented advantages of teams. Now, for example, a company brings a long group of employees for different departments such as finance, marketing, as I said. So Samsung, as we discussed, Samsung will have accounts department, which has to work with all the departments, and marketing, which has to work with all the departments. So even though having one particular department work, they have to cross function sometimes. So finance, marketing, research and development from different geographic locations and different areas also we have. So managers are the supervisors we can have in different areas. So they'll be having contacts with each other. There should be coordination, otherwise the work will not be, or the goal will not be fulfilled. Now, this team is given a project creating of a new perfume. Let us say one example. One company, they have decided to prepare a perfume, but that needs budget and so team based. Sorry. So team-based structures persist the integration of team cultures within a broader structure. So as I said, one company have decided to make a perfume. That is also economic. It should be, and within the limits of the company manufacturing capabilities and within the budget. Though the team completes the project on time, the team members might be expected to work with their respective functional departments. Though it is completed in time, but they have to work uh, within their departments. They have to work within their departments, and as well as the coordination is also needed. As the budget people has to discuss with the production department and marketing department. So all these production, marketing, and budget, everything has to be in coordination. Then only the task will be completed. Though the team completes the project on time, the team members might be expected to work with their respective functional departments. Advantage of team structure is easy integration. There is also better management and more control of team as they work in the same setting and are able to better communicate and resolve or solve problems faster and together. So as I said, uh, they will be they'll be working together, and team spirit, even though they are not in one particular department, all are not in one department, though there will be team spirit, and uh, they'll be working faster, and they resolve the problems together. So like this it will be going on. So organizational structures, uh, uh, the old traditional structures, they were having one particular place, workplace will be fixed, and set of rules will be fixed, and people will be in contact with each other. There will be one coordination, by seeing each other they used to work. But in this, in the contemporary designs or the contemporary structures, we don't see all such traditional methods. And people will be, every department will be working in their own area, and they will be coordinating only through, as information technology has given the scope for all these things, we can say. So employees are empowered and reduced barriers among functional groups. They here, what is the major use out of the contemporary designs is, employees are empowered and reduced barriers among the functional groups. Whatever the earlier traditional structures were having the problems, those all were eradicated. The disadvantages of this structure could be conflicts arising among the team members, that could affect entire team performance, and significant overheads. There may be communication problems, or maybe conflicts arising among the team members, and performance may affect. This is only that disadvantage. As we discussed, one more was like lack of motivation. Lack of motivation is also, as there won't be any hierarchy or supervisor, lack of motivation, or they may face such problems. So there is also no clear chain of command and pressure on teams to perform well. So there won't be any pressure on the teams to perform well. We can discuss about this one. Like uh, departments will be, all the departments will be working horizontally, we can say. One CEO will be there, and marketing department will be working under the CEO, project management department will be working under CEO, HR department, accounts and finance department, and IT department, and they will have their own designs. Every department will have their own structures. Like project management will have one team leader and one project leader. Like if they are handling two projects at a time, two project leaders will be there, and everybody, they will have their own team of people who are working under them. And even HR also, if we see, for HR also, they will be having certain team leaders, and they'll be having certain employees. All HR department, actually it is connected with all the departments like marketing, project management, accounts, everybody, they'll be supplying the human resource, as we all know that, right? IT department is also connected with all of these departments. And when we come to, so even though departments are divided and tasks are allotted to each department, they are working under one CEO. It's like everybody will have their own structure, and everybody will be in coordination at the end of the day. So departmentalization and integration, all together they are working. It is like um, traveling parallelly, we can say. So like this, we have team structures, and then in the contemporary designs we have a virtual organization. We can say there won't be any one particular workspace won't be there, or one particular team is not fixed. So virtual organization is, it is consists of small full-time employees that temporarily hired to work on short-term projects. Like as I said, there won't be one fixed workspace or one fixed team, but people will be hired who are working for full time temporarily for certain period of time until their project is completed. So in such a way, the main virtual organization means this. So a virtual organization, though is small, it outsources major business functions. Though it is very small to look, to so simple to look, but it functions for very big business organizations and very big functions it will be taking up. There can be found very little or nil departmentalization with high centralization and in virtual organization. Though it looks very small and very little and nil departmentalization, they will be working under with major business functions. The virtual organizations provide innovative, high quality products or services instantaneously in response to customer demands. As I said, the prime motto of the organization will be demand uh, to meet the demands of the customer. So instant and speed up. Time limit is also very nowadays customers they are in in minutes or in seconds they need the services or goods at their doorstep. So to meet all these needs or demands of the customers, even the organizations also they are trying to meet them, are trying to develop their structures or designs. So in virtual structure, a network of independent companies linked share links, cost, and access to different markets. We have different markets and different cost for the for to relate with the cost. Also, they have to work and they have to share their skills to meet all these demands. When an organization assembles resources from different firms or different individuals who are freelancers, so to meet their demands, to fulfill their goal, they will be hiring freelancers also. Like not from one organization, they will be using their own human resource. They will even hire the freelancers. It seems to be more efficient and effective in nature. Like the work quality will improve or the functions will be very faster at very faster rate. The key attributes of virtual structure are technology, excellence, trust, and no borders. Borderless, we can say. They are all borderless. The key advantage of virtual structure is this only. Like they won't have any limits. The trust is more and excellence, very top priority work will be provided. Uh, and advantage, there is flexibility and adaptability. Every time there will be flexibility and adaptability. According to William Davido and Michael Malone, authors of Virtual Corporation, will become the central to the new and current business revolution. The contracts and interfaces between organization, suppliers, manufacturers, customers, etc., continuously change in virtual organization. So when we observe these virtual organizations, contracts will be changing continuously, and suppliers will be changing continuously, and manufacturers also will change continuously. Customers also will change continuously. So nothing is permanent here in the contemporary design. One of the contemporary design, that is virtual design. So in this, nothing is permanent, but even though work will be very perfect, we can say. So flexibility is the major advantage of this one. For example, once the alliance has been formed and opportunity has been exploited, partners may move on to new partnerships and alliances. Once the grouped people, once the project heading people are leading people, they may split after the project and they may be hired into the new projects and they may join the other groups. Like that, nothing is fixed, as we can say. Nothing is fixed. As organizations create more partnership and alliance, the advanced information technology becomes an important element. So between all these coordinations and between all these alliances, the major key concept is information technology. Without information technology, nothing can be done with these virtual designs, we can see. So there might be constant changes among teams and shifts within the organizations as well. The relationship among the members of a virtual organization is strong as the members create a network of interdependent relationship. as they have to work for one common goal, they develop their own relationships, and they are very strong members. They create a strong network among themselves. Strong interdependencies cause organizational boundaries to be blurred. So these interdependency that will lead to no boundaries. There won't be any boundaries, or we can say they will be blurred. They have to they have to look over them. So with innovative management practices and companies, with these new techniques and new approaches, they have to overlook the boundaries, and the as we said, there won't be any hierarchy. Nobody can supervise the other one. Nobody can uh, advise the other one. Everybody has their own flexible, innovative ideas can be used by their own side, as there will be ownership for them. Like they have their own ownership. Whatever the work they are doing, they will be responsible finally for that. So nobody will be interfering in their work. And element to the success of this organization is the ability of the organization to create world class learning system. Every time it is changing, so every time new learning is always needed in the new technology. As we will be listening that in the IT companies, they have to learn every time new technology. Every time, whenever the new app develops, they have to learn it to introduce into their own organizations. They have to learn. So not only in the IT companies, wherever we go, organizations who adopt the new systems into their organizations, obviously the learning is compulsory. So these learning systems are effective and can enhance the creativity and innovativeness among the members in the organizations. So that will lead to a little creativity, to develop creativity and their innovativeness in the organization for the people. And companies can hire employees with innovative ideas, and with little money can successfully compete the large organizations. Here the major advantage, or we can say the major look after takeaway from this is, like small people with a little money, with a little creative ideas and innovative thoughts, they can compete with the very large organizations, here we can say. So we are listening nowadays, emerging new companies, new small startup companies, they will be giving very tough competence to the very large organizations. We have seen WhatsApp have developed all of a sudden, and it has taken its, like, every human being nowadays having a phone. There won't be any person without WhatsApp, we can say. So small apps or small companies, when they start with a small innovative idea, they can rule over the world. So hierarchical roles can be absent in this structure. So nobody is a boss, nobody is a worker. That is absent completely, we can say. Example, a training firm has an office in Mumbai and Bangalore, let us say. It does its work with small administrative staff, but has network of freelancers who are assigned to complete client work with the globe. Throughout the globe, they will have their freelancers to work to compete with the complete world market. With freelancers across the globe, the company enjoys a network of talent without structural complexity. The disadvantage of this structure is that sharing of culture could be absent. As the people won't work in one particular workspace shift, they won't experience any cultural exchange. So that is a major disadvantage. And loss of interaction among the employees. They only at the time of work discussion they'll be in contact, and other than that there won't be any interaction between the employees. Team members who are geographically dispersed can find it difficult to communicate ideas and show slow response, which could result in loss of interest. The productivity or the work will be slow, and they may lose the interest by the time. So this is one of the major disadvantage. Virtual organizations can work out when they are adaptive, innovative, with well-established communication and collaborative networks. This depends mostly on the communication, how they are coordinating with each other, how they are adopting the new techniques, how they are collaborative in the network areas. So based on that, this will work perfectly. So in virtual organization, interdependent uh, work will be there, and then there will be one executive group, independent research group, and consulting department, advertising agency, factories, and commissioned sales representatives. All such things has to be involved. So next one, another ideology of the organizational structure in contemporary designs are boundaryless organizations. Another design we can say, these another aspect we can say, that is boundaryless organization. The organizations are boundaryless. Unlike traditional organizational structure, which have defined vertical and horizontal borders and hierarchies, boundaryless organizations lack structures and has free flow of information and ideas to drive innovative, efficient, and growth oriented ideology. So generally, they will not have any boundaries, as they have to take innovative ideas from everywhere. Whoever is offering the innovative ideas, creative thoughts, they have to take up. So there won't be any boundary for the organization. Everybody is welcome, and everybody have the opportunity to show up their talent. So one of the CEO of General Electric's former Jack Welch coined the term boundaryless organization. He has named this term boundaryless organization. By observing all these, he has named it. His intent was to make the organization more flexible and reduce artificial boundaries. Like people are restricted so for so and so things, that has to be erased. It was his main intent. In boundaryless organization, the design is not defined by any internal, horizontal, vertical, or external boundaries. The design is not at all defined by any of the horizontal, vertical, or external boundaries. Everything is just open. Everybody is welcome. All ideas are welcome. And now, boundaryless organization structure is an unstructured design that is much more flexible with no chain of command, departmentalization, and hierarchical structure. There are like four different types of boundaryless organizations. We have modular organizations, virtual organizations, network organizations, and learning organizations. Modular are outsourcing their non-core activities to concentrate more on their core activities. The major core will be one major goal will be there for any organization. So they'll be focusing, modular organization will be focusing on the main core activities, and outsourcing. They will hire the outsourcing people for the non-core activities like marketing. Marketing they'll allot to some company, and if any like their budget planning, finance, economics, they will be looking after themselves, and what is major production, that all they will be looking after. And in virtual, even like same modular, only virtual also, they will be looking after their core activities, and non-core will be given to outsourcing. And this is also more flexible and adaptable. And network organization, it is also similar to modular and virtual. The outsource business is like they will be giving the non-core activities to the outsource people. And the difference between the network and other organization is that modular and virtual outsource their non-core, whereas network organizations, even they outsource for the core activities like accounting, so that they can focus more on their core business. Like for example, accounting they will hand over to somebody else, so that they can focus more on their only the major core activity. So this is the difference with the virtual and modular with the network. Now coming to the learning organization. Learning organization is well known for its concept of learning, like doesn't involve a specific organizational design. Here the employees acquire share knowledge and also apply their time to time learned knowledge to their everyday task. They will be using their knowledge by applying their knowledge every day into the everyday task they will be applying. Employees work in teams to do their task, work or resolve issues, and these teams tend to be an important feature of a learning organization structure. So these are the four different organization structures which are boundaryless, we can say. So we have some more other designs which have evolved in 21st century, which face like organizations face turbulent environment and many changes according to the structure, and design need to change more frequently. So fishnet, which is used by TCS, more flexible, non-hierarchical in nature, and they will have temporary designs at time to time. They'll be changing and have the capacity to rearrange every time to retain their inherent strength. And savity, spaghetti structure. This is also one of the boundaryless organization where chain of command and span of control is eliminated completely. And here you may find teams instead of departments. Small teams will be working for certain goal or a project. And the network structure. Network structure is linking of various organizations or individuals can take place to achieve one common goal. Network structure is linking the various organizations. As in this design, the individuals who work interdependently act as independent nodes to work as a team for common purpose. So collaboration is required here. And pizza structure. This is the structure which is refers to the size of the team. According to this, if the large teams are present, productivity will be low. So the team size should be like of 2 pizza. It is sufficient for effective work management they believe in. So this structure, it believes in the smaller teams will be working more effectively. So these are the some of the structures, and pizza structure is adopted by Amazon. So most of the organizational structures, they have changed completely from the traditional method to the contemporary designs. So based on the nowadays environmental changes and work demand, service demand, based on that completely it has been changing. And we see many different companies which are very much successful actually, who adopted these contemporary designs. So here we can expect the questions like, what are the um, contemporary designs? Give any two examples of contemporary organizational structures, and what are different types of boundaryless organizations, and what is virtual organization? What is pizza structure? Like this, we may have questions. So that's all for today. We'll meet in the next week's class, that is on 16th. 16th of February, we'll meet with the next chapter. Thank you.